Welcome back, Tiger Sports fan. It's great to have you with us once again as we talk about the athletics for the fall and what's happening at Cali. Basketball season begins November 1st. I caught up with Coach Jackson and two of his athletes, and we discussed about how the preparation has gone so far and what's different this year from the last.
Well, we actually started recruiting at semester of last year. We brought in two Division One transfers, Jeff Wanquo and Demetrius Reeves, and I think they'll help out quite a bit just being older. They have like different athletic talents and bodies that I think can help us on the things we struggled at last year. We weren't a very athletic team or exciting team. I mean, we had some exciting wins, but there weren't many dunks. It wasn't very fast-paced. And I feel like in basketball and junior college, you need to be able to play up and down, and you also got to get the crowd into it with those athletic plays that they like. So those two should help out with that. But the main thing that we focus on was building up our returners. And so everybody wants to talk about recruiting. The best recruiting tool is taking care of the guys you already have in the program. Those are the ones that are going to lead the guys that you're recruiting. And so like the experiences they had, the off-season workouts, pushing the weight room, the individual works, the team workouts, that's where the real work started, was in the spring of last year. And so I'm really like pleased at this moment with how the returners have been, but that doesn't mean that some of their weaknesses haven't been proven that they're not weaknesses anymore. They still got to prove that the things that they were exposed at last year, that that's not going to happen again, or it's not going to happen as much.
I mean, I definitely say we had some good evolution. Like, we got more returners from last year. So, like, we're moving at a faster pace than they were last year because we got dudes that already did it. So they're just showing us how to do it.
This new team from last year's team, I feel like we're more athletic. We're more faster. We can push the ball way more faster. And I think we have a lot more offensive and defensive aspects.
Last year, it was a completely brand new team. It was 16 new people, and we had no established main player. People were working to figure out that identity. This year, I feel like we have a lot of carryover. The day-to-day operations have been really smooth. I'm hoping that equals more wins this year. I know our guys are hungry. They're working really, really hard. I'm excited about the possibilities of what the team could be, but we still got to go out and actually prove it.
On the women's side, Coach Clark's team has dealt with some unusual injuries in the start, but they are looking forward to a high-scoring season. The women have been showing great promise at practice and are ready to step up and show off their talent on the court.
So it's gone good so far. I think we're starting to learn how to do things at a faster pace, at a higher level. I think we're seeing some improvement in some players. So far we're really good. We lost Martina Kowalska, so that's a big loss for us. So replacing her was big, and I don't think we've necessarily replaced her, but I think we've got some people who can fill some of the things she did for us. There's, especially on the defensive end, we've got to get way better at getting more cohesive defensively, getting stops, being more consistent with our effort. I especially thought last year we didn't rebound as well as we could have. If Martina didn't have a great game rebounding, we weren't very good. So we've got to pick that up and be better on the defensive end.
The tennis team held the ITA Regional Championship in September at home. Talented returner Takeshi Tako defeated his fellow teammate Rhea Komagata to end the tournament with the singles championship. Moreover, the mix between the freshman Bruno Niavani and the sophomore Borutis Kirker resulted in the win over fellow Tigers Tako and Komagata to bring home the doubles championship. On the women's side of the net, Izzy Hernandez and Maria Koroleva won the doubles championship over Camille Belberca and Carol Mora of Seaward Community College.
So the team is looking amazing, very strong. I'm very proud of the boys because we did what we wanted. We all got into the quarterfinals of singles and semifinals of doubles, so that was our first goal. My expectation for doubles is just to do the best that I can. We have Boruch and Bruno going as a number one team, so I'm trying to focus on helping my teams and helping everybody so we can do very good at nationals. I'm not thinking about just myself, I'm thinking about my teammates too. I think we played super good with Bruno. We got a good connection with Kid. I feel very good playing with him. It was a good weekend playing together. We are super happy. We won the tournament and we are going to nationals in 2 weeks. So we are super excited about it. Yeah, I think the team right now it's very good. Everybody is a great player. I think everybody can beat everybody. I think also they are super nice. We are extremely close. So I think this team can win great things.
Was one of the goals just to have all the guys in the quarterfinals, so to have the 8 best singles players in the region to be from Cali. So it was great. The evolution has been awesome. We recruited 2 really good guys, Leia, who made it to the finals, and then Bruno won the doubles championship, and then the guys from last year who were already very good players, they're sophomore now, so they got more experience. So the team is looking awesome. Then the girls, we did very good there too. We won the doubles championship and then lost in the finals of singles. We know we're going to be competitive against the best teams, and we've been practicing really hard for the last month and a half since the players got here. And we have a lot of sophomores on the girls' side, on the guys' side, a lot of players with experience. So hopefully we can bring some champions.
With 20 victories, the volleyball team has lost only once. The latest Tigers have been playing big games since the start of the season. Aaron spoke to Coach Graham about establishing a humble and dominant mindset and playing their game no matter what.
Playing green. If you use the lights on a signal lights, you got yellow, green, and red. We want to play green where we're all the way going in. We don't want to be yellow, which is hesitant. Red, you definitely are out of it. So we want to stay. We talk about staying green a lot. Mindset on having such a good season is we just want to be us. You know, we talked about playing to our standard before. And we don't look at records. We don't look at awards. We don't look at that stuff. We're all about playing and trusting the process. The process of getting better every day. The process of playing to our standards. The process of staying green, as I mentioned earlier. That is what drives us to do what we do. The wins are going to take care of themselves if we're doing that. We're going to play good teams. So far, so good as far as we're 19-0 and 4-0. But we're going to be playing teams more and more that's going to be in that ballpark too, such as Johnson on Friday. Johnson is 24-0 right now. So we're going to be in there. What we want to do is play to our standard of play and let the chips fall where they may.
In cross country, college athletes have been traveling around the area and earning amazing results. On September 17th, during the Missouri Southern Stampede, the Lady Tigers placed 7th in the competition with a blend of freshmen and sophomores representing Cali on the run. The Tiger men placed 2nd in the competition, led by Santiago Nunes in the 9th place in the 5-mile race. I sat down with Coach Reeve and 2 sophomores to hear about the importance of the return stepping up after the loss of key athletes, as well as an overview of their performance and preparation so far.
My preparation is to be focused, to run every day. Even if I'm feeling a little bit fatigued, confused at some times, I know that if I keep with my training and believe in my training and my teammates to carry through in my training, I know we will succeed.
It's very, very hard. It's almost impossible to replace, on the men's side, almost impossible to place a 1-2 finish. We had Adrian and Amos go 1-2 last year at Nationals. I don't expect our guys to be doing that. You know what I mean? So we're a completely different team on the men's side. We had 2, we call them low sticks. We had 2 really, really big low sticks last year, obviously. The best you can have, 1-2. But that doesn't mean that our pack has moved up. So we could still be a really formidable squad even without those low sticks.
I was ready for it last year. I already knew that going into last year that we were going to lose certain people, and so I already prepared myself last year to step up, and so did my other teammates, and I think as of right now, I think we're doing a very good job.
On the women's side, it's we have 2 up front again, but again we that group right behind them isn't so far back, and so again our theme for the year is better together, and I meant to put that in there for a reason, because I knew that both squads were going to have to pack it up and that was just going to have to be the theme of the year, and we could do that. Like, who knows? I was just telling the girls a couple of days ago, like, you guys don't realize how good you could be, and that's exciting. The potential's there. We just got to put the work in and see what happens.
The soccer season has begun. The Lady Tigers had some bumps in the road and now hold a record of 6-3 overall. But the Tigers seems to be hitting their stride with 2 victories in a row, holding their opponent to 0 goals. Coach Roberto dos Santos and team captain Esther Atwood talked to Aaron about their campaign so far.
It was very good. That was very important for us now to take care of every match that we have ahead of us. And to do that with the shutout it gets our morale and confidence on what we're doing defensively much better. So it is a great thing.
So for the team this year, we obviously have been conference champs the past few years. I mean, that is the aim again, but we're taking each game as it comes. We want to win every game. We've had a few bumps in the road, but we're back on track now, and we're just taking each game as it is and trying to get the win from it.
I remind them that we sign up for this. We sign up to be athletes, and that's what athlete life is like. You know, for coaches, no different. It hurts as much too. And I think I remind them that what they're doing is a good thing, and that we need to keep working. We need to improve upon those mistakes, and the result will come.
The men hold a 5-0 home record with a single loss on the road. These results come from the hard work of the players, but also from the coach that led them to victory. Coach Rue spoke to Aaron about his history here at Cowley as a student athlete and now as a head men's coach from soccer.
Rui Vaz came to Cowley College in 2012 and quickly established himself as a student leader on the field and in the classroom. He gave the men's soccer team its first hat trick and soon became a recognized face around campus. 6 years later, he took the band to their first national tournament and a school record season as their head coach.
I started my coaching history at Cowley about 5 years ago. No, actually it was in January 2018. I had been the assistant coach for 2 years, and we restructured the program. The previous head women's soccer coach left. So Roberto, who was the head men's soccer coach, he took over the women's, and I took over the men's January 2018. So I have just started my 5th season here, and it's been a great ride so far. A lot of obviously it's been more positive than negative, but like everything else, a lot of obstacles, a lot of challenges, and it's been a great situation for me. I pretty much love coaching here. This is home for me. And we have done well. You know, we've won conference every single season since, and then it's me, but it's Tanner as well, Tanner Brock. We have been together for 4 years now, and this is the 5th year. So we've won every single conference. We've been Region 6 #1 seed every single year. We have won the districts twice. We've been to nationals 3 times, and we just hope to keep going that way.
Cowley College is all about family, the Tiger family and those who have worked on campus over the years. No Names carries more connections than the new addition to the sports staff, Assistant Athletic Director Ellie Nitter. Arnau and Ellie talked about her new position here at Cowley and her Tiger roots.
During my interview, whenever I came back, I walked in the room and I just sort of smiled because I knew everyone that was around the interview table. There were 11 people, and I knew every single one of them because my mom had worked here for 30 years, and they all were here when I used to come and sell candy bars and hit them all up to help me do fundraising for my softball teams. And it was funny, we were going around the table, and the 4th question that they asked me, it was Jody Arnett, and she just sort of laughed, and I was like, what's so funny? And she goes, how are you tied to Cowley College? And of course I laughed because we're in the Hall of Fame room, and I sit here and I'm like, well, there's my mother, there's my cousin, my uncle, another uncle, and my aunt, because I have 5 family members that are in the Hall of Fame. And my mom actually was pregnant with me during one of her beginning years working at Cowley, and I was due on May 5th. And she was excited because she was going to get to miss graduation, but apparently I came 2 days late. So she had to go to graduation, and then on Monday I was born. And so she didn't get to miss graduation, and I hear about it all the time. But it's amazing coming back here because, like I said, my mom worked here for 30 years. At any given time, I've had up to 5 family members working on campus, and it truly runs in our blood. We bleed orange and black and absolutely love our Tigers.
The success of College Sports Program is largely a result of the support provided by the athletic training staff. Athletic trainer Jeff Flutie discussed the importance of preventing injuries, staying fit, educating on handling emergencies, and dealing with the unpredictable.
There are some athletes in whatever sport that they're coming into and they're starting their season with practices and whatnot, that you're going to have some athletes that just aren't physically prepared for it. But I think there's also instances where injuries happen for no reason. If there's contact involved, or if there's ever any kind of high speed type work, and it's unpredictable. Sports is unpredictable. So you could come down on someone's foot, for instance, and sprain your ankle. It doesn't mean they're out of shape, and it doesn't mean that they're not ready to play. It's just one of those acute type accident injuries that occur on occasion. So the other athletic trainer here on campus, Blake Smith, was able to initiate an emergency response through CPR and an AED, and actually was able to save a life of one of our basketball players in the past. The way that this happens is you prepare for emergencies all the time in what we do, but you don't, luckily, have to use it very often. The more you train for these emergency situations, the more the reaction becomes more natural and just something that you do.
College Men has active training for the start of wrestling season in November. Their first road trip is scheduled for November 5th at the Friends University in Wichita. For more information about schedules and results and to keep track on college athletics, make sure you go to collegetigers.com. Thanks for watching. We are looking forward to updating you on all things Tigers next month.